Norman, thanks so much for your time today. We're here at QT Sydney, one of the flagships for this great brand that was born in Australia. Tell us about this wonderful journey that you've been a part of.
Thanks, James. Yeah, it was great to have you here in QT Sydney. This property is now 7 years old, can you believe it? And we've been part of this city now for 7 years, but it was actually the second QT. We started off in QT Gold Coast, and believe it or not, 7 years later, we've now got 9 QTs.
And it's amazing to see the brand traction too. The brand is really growing around Australasia. It's in New Zealand as well, and it's just had a fantastic opening over in Perth recently as well.
Yes, well, look, when the concept was originally conceptualised, we always knew it was going to be very successful, but to be honest, it's exceeded our expectations. The acceptance of a market of this type of hotel and this brand has just been phenomenal. And we've now got 9 QTs hotels, and we've got another 4 on the way.
And obviously you've got great hotels like Melbourne's one of my favourite QTs in terms of that hotel was just built so well from the ground up, whereas Sydney's obviously a conversion of an old beautiful building, but that Melbourne hotel really in particular is a wonderful property.
Yeah, well, I think both, if you compare Sydney and Melbourne, they both bring some unique flavours. Sydney's got the history. This building we're standing in is almost 100 years old. QT Melbourne was a dedicated built QT, probably the first QT we built which was dedicated. Great restaurant, fantastic rooftop bar, which in many ways really identifies that hotel, and of course right in the heart of Russell Street in Melbourne.
Obviously great food and beverage. When we just mentioned that, obviously Sydney here has got a beautiful restaurant with Gowings, and the F&B journey has really grown with the hotels at the same time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's probably the defining element of QT. When QT started in Australia, I think it's probably fair to say that most of the big hotel chains in Australia have given up on F&B, and I think 7 years later, QT's proven that hotels can run not just great hotel restaurants and bars, they can run fantastic restaurants and bars that are as good as any in the city.
Obviously, the luxury lifestyle segment is one of the most popular anywhere in the world, and obviously you do it the best in Australia. What's some of your secrets to success?
No, well, that's very nice of you to say that. I think the secret of success is a design-led hotel, but it's much more than that. It's a people-led hotel, and QT's evolving all the time. I think it was fantastic when it started 7 years ago. I think it's better today, and it's better today because of the people we've got involved in the business. Our staff and our guests are a big part of the development of the brand as well.
And you've always brought special people into the business who know things so well, from interior design to music across the board. You've really brought the best from outside the industry and within as well.
Absolutely, and so it's a collaboration, isn't it? It's a collaboration from great designers, great food and beverage people like Rob Marchetti, who runs oversees a lot of our food and beverage outlets, but as well as a lot of the people we've developed in QT over that 7-year journey that we've had. We've developed some fantastic people that we believe are amongst the best in the hospitality industry.
You've got some exciting projects coming, obviously Adelaide on the way, Newcastle, a few great, and Parramatta in Sydney, so a few great hotels on the way still.
Yes, and in fact QT's, in many areas, I think perhaps once upon a time people would have thought that QT, perhaps a designer style hotel wouldn't go, but Australia's evolving. Destinations like Parramatta, also Newcastle, these locations are evolving as well. They've got populations that people are into lifestyle, they're into fantastic food and beverage, they're into a bit of quirk. And where there's a destination, where there's a demand for that sort of product, we think there's room for QT.
Norman, obviously some exciting hotel openings coming up in Australia, but obviously back across the Tasman, Auckland joining the family soon alongside Wellington and Queenstown.
Yes, that will be our 10th QT. That's actually the next QT to open. Opens probably February 2020, right in the heart of the viaduct in Auckland, and well in time for the America's Cup. That's going to be a really exciting hotel. That'll be our 3rd QT in New Zealand, and probably our flagship in New Zealand.
Sounds exciting. Tell us a bit about that project. Why, apart from being in the viaduct and obviously that QT style, what's exciting you about this project?
Yeah. It's a beautiful building. So it's a retrofit in what was a very, very spectacular office block. So the building's got great bones, very, very high ceilings, and a wonderful location, 20 metres from the harbour, great views. Right in perfect for business, but very, very good for leisure as well. And a stone's throw from where all the action is going to be when the America's Cup comes to town.
And we talk about luxury lifestyle hotels, and that term lifestyle is more of a design and playful kind of statement, isn't it? Because this is one of the most popular business hotel brands in Australia as well.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's people, let's face it, everyone likes to mix a bit of business and pleasure, and QT is the perfect place for that. You can, we are absolutely set up for the corporate traveller, but at the end of a long day, you can relax, enjoy the bar, enjoy the restaurants, and sort of meet a lot of the local people.
Interesting when you said before, Sydney came up so much better than what you guys all thought. I remember the process of being here before it even opened. It was quite an exciting time for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of boundaries were broken. And as I say, hotels doing food and beverage hadn't been done much in Australia before. And so I guess there was a few nervous moments early on, but the public reaction to this hotel was pretty much immediate. And what's very encouraging, it's continued. And I think it's continued, though, we don't take that for granted. We understand we've got to evolve with the market. And this hotel, I think it's probably fair to say, is quite a different hotel to what it was 7 years ago. But it's, I think it was a great hotel then. I think it's probably in many ways a better hotel today.
And best staff uniforms in Australia, I think.
Yes, well, I always think a uniform is, we think a uniform you should be happy to wear at home, and you should be happy to wear a uniform out on a Friday night. And so that's how our uniforms are designed.